All right, in this session, we're going to review local lumbar rotations and further implement a local 5 manipulation to the isolated segmental level. So, as you all remember from last year and a half ago, to perform a local lumbar rotation, you're first going to have the patient side lying with the painful side up, and then you're going to grasp the patient's ankles and place the patient's knees sort of in your hip. And this is going to give you the ability to move the patient's legs in a way that allows you to feel lumbar spine motion. So this hand is going to be between the spinous processes. So I'm going to start with the L5S1 and place your finger in the inner space, and then move the patient into flexion and extension, feeling for motion at that level. Okay. Just as a means of practicing, we're going to feel the motion all the way up the spine. You can space your fingers into each inner space, and if you can process that much information, that's okay to do it that way. I usually like to take one joint at a time. So there's L5S1, L4-5, and 3-4. So as you're doing this, you kind of feel for how much motion they have at each level, and it can give you an indication where they're going to need to be mobilized. Okay. Just as a means of review, the L4-5 interspace is usually about the area of the iliac crest. It's not set in stone, so you're going to have to confirm your findings when you go to actually doing the motion. And the easiest way to do it, if you're on the sacrum and you take them into flexion, you're not going to have any gapping, right? The first gap is going to occur at L5S1. Okay, so I'm going to sort of isolate her L4-5 level. And so I'm going to place her in the mid-range of L4-5. So not too extended, not too flexed, just in the mid-range. And then I'm going to have the patient ask the patient to straighten her bottom leg. Go ahead and straighten your bottom leg. And then you're going to place her up knee in your hip. And then what I normally do is make sure that the patient is still in neutral. She actually extended her lumbar spine a little bit when she straightened her bottom leg. So I'm going to have to bring her back into a neutral position, like that. Okay, this is where you switch hands. So now I'm going to place my finger at that same L4-5 interspace. So, and now I'm going to ask the patient to reach up and grab my shoulder blade and lift your head up. Okay, and then this is usually where the patient's going to want to help you. So I'll make a point of asking the patient, just relax and let me do the work. Okay, so the motion is going to be a sort of a combined flexion rotation down to the level of the L4-5 interspace. So I'm going to pull you forward. Like that. And I'm going to rotate down to the level right there. And then put this hand behind your head. And then you're going to reach with this hand through here. And you're going to be on the lateral aspect of L4 with this thumb. So that's going to stabilize there. This finger is still out the inner space. And then you're going to let go with your hand here and stabilize her like this. And then come in here. Stabilize with your body. This finger is going to go on the lateral aspect of L5. And this is where you do your mobilization. So the force is a rotary sort of force. This is a lumbar local rotation. And I'm stabilizing with my up hand, my left hand, and I'm actually moving L5. And this is a grade, this position is primarily used for grade 4 and above. So if I take her all the way to the end of the range and just kind of work that last 25% of the range, that is grade 4. For a lumbar grade 5, it's a quick thrust at the end of the range, just like that.